Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. In today's video, I'm going to be using all of the products that I recently chose for my first Shop My Stash rotation of the year. I will have that video linked in the eye and down below for you guys if you want to check it out. But I mentioned at the end of that one that I kind of wanted to test it out on camera just to create like a full face. There are some new products in here that I shared in that video. I still haven't tried them. I just actually selected this rotation, so I haven't used any of these quite yet. Tomorrow will be my first day to like actually reach for the rotation like day to day, but I thought it'd be fun to create a look with it tonight. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm really excited for it because I did pick up some products from Wet n Wild, who is recently cruelty-free again. I'm very excited about it. Specifically the foundation. I used to use this a lot a long time ago. I think they've reformulated it since then, and I've heard really good things about it. So I did pick that up today. I cannot believe how affordable this is. This is like $5.50, which is such a steal. I hope that this turns out to be a really great one. But with that being said, let's jump into it. I want to start out with primer. I did choose an SPF to go in rotation, but it is like 9 o'clock when I'm filming this, so SPF is really not needed. So I'm gonna jump straight to primer, which is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh primer. I love this primer so much just because it's so hydrating, and I have really dry skin, especially now that the weather is cooling off. So I am excited to use this week. I kind of feel like I want to jump to eyes first because as much as I'm super excited to use the foundation, I'm also excited for some eye products. And if they don't go as planned, I kind of want the option to be able to like clean up the line of any eyeshadow that I want to. So I think I'm going to jump to eyes and kind of let that primer sink in. So for eyeshadow primer, I chose to use the CoverGirl Lid Lock in this rotation. This one is a really good eyeshadow primer. It doesn't have a lot of pigment to it when you first put it on, but it really does help shadows like just adhere to it and stick onto the lids. It's easy to blend on though, but it will help your shadow not crease as much and also help it to last longer in my opinion. So I picked up these two multi-sticks from Wet n Wild. One of them, the shade fell off of. I'm gonna have to put the name of it on the screen, but it is, I think they're only like metallic kind of champagne color. It was supposed to have the color listed right below here on the bottom, but I didn't notice until I bought this and got home that the piece here is missing. So I do have the like matte nude color in Nudie Culture. This is gonna be, I think, deeper than I would want for like what I was kind of hoping this product would be. I want this to kind of be like a primer, so I'm wanting to see if I can make it work like that, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to. So I'm going to start this out on the outer portion of the eyelid and bring it up slightly towards the crease, but I don't want to bring it up too high because I do want to try and like actually blend it. So I think that's about what I'm going to do here. Also, I hope I'm not jinxing myself, but looking in my viewfinder here, I feel like this video quality is better than it has been lately. You guys, I have refilmed so many videos because my lighting in this new setup is just not going how I would want it to. And I filmed a video yesterday, I believe, and it had like this film across the bottom of it. I think I'm still gonna post it because I honestly just like, I can't keep refilming every video, but I feel like today we're doing okay here. I'm trying to like keep an eye on it and make sure that I'm not missing something. I'm doing the best that I can, so bear with me on that. So I'm just gonna see if I can kind of like blend out this shadow any. Okay, it actually does seem to be blending really nicely. I wasn't exactly sure what to expect. I don't really use a lot of like multi-stick eyeshadow stick kind of products. So, I mean, that seems to be blending really nicely though. It's not covering up all of the veining that I have out here, but I mean, for like every day, I don't really mind if that shows through a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna build up a little bit more right here on the outer corner and then blend that out again. I actually like that a lot better than I thought I would. I'm excited about that. So I want to go ahead and put the metallic one on, and I want to put this on the front part of the lid. Ooh, that's really pretty. I think it's a little bit more sparkly in person than on camera. Can you guys tell? I mean, it has a little bit of sparkle to it, for sure. This is really pretty. This kind of reminds me of like ColourPop Snake Eyes a little bit, the single shade. I'm gonna just tap this out a little bit with my finger instead of blending it with a brush. Okay, for like a super subtle, everyday sort of look, I actually really am impressed with this. I did not know how that was gonna go, which is kind of why I picked these up because they're so inexpensive, but that seems very promising. I'm gonna catch the other eye up and then we'll continue with the rest of the makeup. Okay, we're all cut up. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I was considering adding some powder shadows on top, but I kind of just wanna leave it. I think it looks really nice and fresh. All right, I've got it all cut up. I mentioned in my Shop My Stash video that I've been really enjoying curling my lashes lately, so I'm just gonna go ahead and curl them now and add some mascara. But I think I'm just gonna add a little bit of mascara because quite frankly, I'm not going to be having this makeup on for very long because it is already nighttime. So I think I'm just gonna add a little bit. This is the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. So I think I'm just gonna put it on the upper lashes for now. And then once we finish the face makeup, I might go ahead and add it on the lower lashes. But for now, I'm just gonna put like that much on the upper lashes. Okay, I'm tired of waiting. I really want to try this out. Like I said, this foundation's from Wet n Wild. This is the Photo Focus foundation. I got the one that's dewy. They have a matte one too, but I've got really dry skin, so I don't like mattifying stuff usually. And I did pick this up in the shade Nude Ivory. So this has like a spatula applicator, which I used to not like, but I actually feel like I'm not gonna mind it too much. This does smell like old school makeup, you know, like it has like a makeup-y scent, if you will, but it's not overpowering or anything. Like I don't mind it too bad, but it definitely isn't like an appealing scent if you like try and smell it, which I don't mind. I feel like that means it probably doesn't have added fragrance to it. It's probably just an ingredient they use. Let me look. Okay, I'm glancing at the ingredients and I don't see fragrance unless I just missed it, but I don't think there's any fragrance in this. So that's nice. I'd rather it smell a little bit like makeup-y than have a fragrance in it personally, so I'm not mad about that. Okay, I need to blend it in because I'm just excited to see if I still like it. Okay, it's sinking in pretty nicely. It doesn't have a ton of coverage, but I can always layer it up. I wanted to start with a little bit less and to see kind of what it looked like. This feels super lightweight. I actually really am enjoying it so far. I think this is a pretty good shade match for me too. They had a lot of shades, so I wasn't exactly sure which one to get, but this one seems to be pretty good. Okay, so here it is with one kind of coat on it. You can definitely still see all the redness on my cheeks, but I don't think it looks like there's nothing on. I mean, I definitely feel like it kind of gives you a filter, just like a light one. So I want to try and build it up a little bit. It's kind of hard to judge because it is on such a strange applicator in comparison to other foundations, but I want to try and build it up on my cheeks especially. This cheek usually has more redness, but I think today they're kind of like closer to being even. So I'm going to build it up on this side of my face and we can kind of compare the two. And this might be something that would be better with a brush, but 9.9 times out of 10, I'm putting foundation on with a sponge. I hardly ever use a brush with a liquid foundation, so, you know, I don't really tend to use brushes just to test things out. But I feel like that did cover up a good bit more of it, of the redness. Yeah, I feel like that looks really nice. And it's definitely dewy. I mean, I've got texture on my skin, which I think you can see, like, you know, my skin is not perfect. It has a lot of like little bumps on it that sometimes are hard to show on camera. I'm hoping that you guys are able to see, like, you can obviously still see, you know, skin texture. You're gonna see that with any foundation, but I think this looks really nice. I can definitely tell that there's more coverage. Like, can you guys tell there's more redness here? Definitely more coverage on that side where I layered it up, which is a good thing. So I'm gonna add a little bit more to the other side. I'm not really using this as a concealer like under the eyes. Specifically, I'm gonna add a concealer, but I think this looks like a really good everyday kind of foundation. I'm really excited to use this week. Yeah, I feel like that builds really nicely actually. This might be something like if you have any active acne or red marks or anything, you might want to like spot conceal underneath it. and go that route because it doesn't seem like it's going to cover up completely. So, you know, I might day to day probably add some more concealer on my cheeks, but for today I'm not going to do that because I feel like it's okay. You know, I don't mind if a little bit shows through. For concealer, I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way. I'm really wanting to use this up probably within like the first few months to the first half of the new year because I've had this, well, I got it in 2020, so I've had it for a while, and you know, cream products eventually are going to go bad, so I would like to focus on using it up because it is, I believe, my oldest concealer. I don't think I have any that are older than that. Oh, sometimes I have the hardest time kind of blending right here between the foundation products and eyeshadow. Do any of y'all have that happen? Like if you do your eyes first? That's the only thing I really like about doing my face first is that I can go ahead and just put foundation or concealer all the way in this inner corner and onto my lid. Because I do have a lot of like purple and blue tones right there. Okay, I actually really like how this foundation looks. So here it is after 2 coats and then also with concealer on. I really like how this looks so far, you guys. I'm so excited that these brands are cruelty-free now, especially Wet n Wild. I do have a video coming up where I'm going to share some Physicians Formula products. That's the one that had like the weird cloudiness or something on the video. I don't know if it was like something on my camera or I had like white in my sweater and I think it might have been like not reflecting color correctly or something, but for the most part I feel like my face looks true to color and texture and all that kind of thing. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and post it. Hopefully you guys don't mind, but yeah, that video was also an exciting one because of course that's another brand that's cruelty free now. Okay, I'm gonna set the powder, or I'm gonna set the face a little bit with this Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Because this is a pretty dewy base, I wanna use a little bit more of a mattifying powder, especially right here around the nose and under the eyes. And I'm gonna go ahead and use it on the forehead as well. But I'm not gonna worry about the cheeks. All right, for bronzer, I'm gonna use this one from e.l.f. in the shade Forever Sunkissed. I think I'm pretty close to hitting pan on this one. I can see the rings in it, so I kind of want to like try and focus on it a little bit. I'm going to use it with the Eco Tools bronze brush. I don't know if this one's meant to be used for cream bronzer, but I feel like I see everyone use it with cream bronzer, but I kind of hate it with cream products. So I'm trying to use it some by using it with just like powder bronzers, but this is just not my favorite brush, unfortunately. Jessica Braun really hyped this brush up. At least I think I got the right one. I tried to buy the one that she had been kind of hyping up, but just not my favorite. I do really like this bronzer though. It's like not too bold or too warm tone or anything. I really like it. I'm really liking this eyeshadow. I'm interested to see if it creases. Okay, for highlight, I'm going to use the Catrice More Than Glow highlighter in the shade Supreme Rose Beam. I love this highlighter. So glad I finally picked it up last year. Okay, lastly for the cheek products is this Buxom blush in the shade Seychelles. I really like this one. I have been enjoying it a lot lately. It's so perfect because it has like a nice sheen to it. It has a little bit of that kind of like bronzer undertone to it, which I think just helps it really melt in with whatever bronzer you're wearing. And it provides some warmth to the cheeks because I just feel like that's so flattering. Like it helps give kind of a blushed sun-kissed look. Like you got a little bit sun-kissed, but then you also put a tiny bit of blush on top that's a little bit mauve. I don't know, just really like it a lot. And I think it's really flattering on my skin tone, so I've just been really liking that. Like I think that's so nice looking. Okay, I'm seeing that like this might be creasing a little bit right here on the metallic side. I'm gonna see how it looks. Hopefully I'll remember at the end of the video to check on it, but I'm sure you guys can probably see. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the brows. This is the e.l.f. Wow Brow in the shade Brunette. I got my eyebrows threaded last weekend and I feel like so much more happy about them because they just go a little bit crazy in between when I'm able to get them threaded, and I feel like it usually is a long time in between sessions, so I'm always so excited when I'm able to get them done. I just feel like threading is so much more effective than waxing or like tweezing or anything. Just really like how they turn out. And then for the front part of the brows, where I don't really have a lot of brow hairs, I use the brow marker. Oh, hit myself. I use the brow marker from NYX. This one's in the shade Ash Brown. I feel like it's a really good shade match for my brows. All right, we're gonna go with it. Definitely not the best job I've ever done filling in the brows, but it's been worse, so it's okay. All right, for lips, I'm gonna start out with this lip liner from Kokie. This is in the shade Warm Nude. I was kind of thinking about going with the deeper lip route, which I feel like would actually be really pretty, but I've got some new lipsticks from Wet n Wild again that I really want to try. So I'm gonna do that instead. So I got two lipsticks, like I said, from Wet n Wild. One of them is more warm tone and one of them is more cool tone. I feel like I'm gonna end up wearing the more cool tone one since I've got like the pink sweater on, and then my makeup I feel like is leaning a little bit more cool tone. So I'm gonna start by swatching the more warm tone shade. This one is in the shade Bare It All, and it is their matte line. So I'm hoping this isn't matte, but like a satin matte, which the swatches that I looked up online looked more like satin, like they definitely had a sheen. So my lips are pretty cracked right now. So we'll see how the matte one is gonna work out. Okay, yeah, that feels really matte. Okay, this actually feels like it's like tugging on the lips. I don't like that at all. The color is really pretty, but that actually like really pulled on my lips to apply it. So that's a bummer, but the good thing about Wet n Wild is that they're super affordable. So even if I don't end up liking this, at least I'm not out like a ton of money. It's just a couple of dollars. But yeah, I don't know if that formula is gonna be for me. But if you were wondering, this is the shade Bare It All, and that's what it looks like on me. If you were thinking about picking it up, I actually think it looks really pretty. I just don't know. I don't like the tugging on the lips thing. So I don't know. I'm sure I'll keep trying it, but I actually don't mind that shade with the makeup look. But I do want to try out the more cool tone option anyways, which is in the Shine formula. I try to kind of keep the lip liner on a little bit, but I'm just going to go ahead and apply the lipstick. This one's in the shade Mad for Mauve, and like I said, this is the shiny formula, so it's in the white packaging. I guess that's just the different lines they have. I don't know if they have any more, but this was the matte lipstick, and then this one's the shiny one. So I'm gonna try this on. I'm excited for this one. Yeah, that one is way more comfortable to apply. I really enjoy this one so far. So here's that one called Mad for Mauves. That looks so pretty to me. I really like that one. I want to keep trying this one. Other than the tugging, I don't mind it. It doesn't feel like a super drying matte formula once you have it on, but you know, when applying it, I guess it just feels a little harsh. I really like this one. Their creamy formula, I would definitely suggest this one for sure. And I think I'll pick up more shades of that eventually because that is like super nice, kind of glossy lipstick, but especially in like a My Nude type shade, that's just gonna be a go-to, I can already tell. So I'm really excited to keep using both of those, but I'm really liking this look. I'm so excited to try some new, especially affordable makeup products that are now cruelty-free. I'm not gonna worry about using a setting spray just because I'm not planning to wear this makeup for very long and it's already pretty dewy, but final thoughts, I like everything that was new, and then of course I like all the makeup that I already had. I'm very impressed with the Wet n Wild products though. So let's look at the eyes. They look like they might be creasing. Yeah, you know what though? It kind of looks like that, like the primer is coming through the creases. So I might need to try the crayon without the CoverGirl primer underneath. Maybe those didn't mix very well together, but yeah, it's definitely kind of creasing a little bit. I don't know. Even still, this could be a really nice kind of base of its own that you could put stuff on top of. So I'm not going to knock it yet. I actually really like the matte one that I used out on the outer portion of the eyelid. So I'm very excited about those. This has me very excited, as I keep saying, to use this makeup this week. So thank you guys so much for watching this Get Ready With Me using all of my Shop My Stash products. I hope that you guys enjoy to see the products that I'm going to be using for the week and kind of the types of look that I'll be able to create with them. I do also have an eyeshadow palette in rotation. This is the one I was talking about potentially using earlier, but I opted to just use those cream shadows. I'll definitely be reaching into this palette, but I feel like that's gonna go very nicely with this kind of a base makeup anyways. So I'm just pumped, I'm ready for tomorrow. This has me excited to do my makeup, even though tomorrow's gonna be Monday. So I'm gonna take it as a win that I actually want to like get up on Monday and do my makeup, because it is super hard for me to wake up on Mondays sometimes. So with that being said, that's gonna be it for today's Get Ready With Me video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel if you wanna see more videos from me. I'm looking forward to posting more Shop My Stash videos and just trying some new makeup with you guys, because I feel just excited not only to reach into my own makeup, but to continue trying some more cruelty-free makeup, as hopefully we see more and more brands move that direction. I am putting it out there. I'm gonna keep saying this. I want Maybelline to become cruelty-free in 2023. I literally have gone through on Ulta to see like what all I would buy from the brand if they become cruelty-free, and it's a lot. So I really hope that they do, but that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.